Here we go.
Is like gravity. All it takes is a little push.
What's up, guys? How you doing? Welcome back to the channel. So glad you stopped by. Hey, if you're brand new, welcome. But hey, do me a couple favors first. Go down and hit that subscribe button. Then go next door, ring that bell. Make sure it says all so you know when the next video pops up. Hit that like button before you head out. Drop a comment. And if you're of the over 760 regulars here, we'll come back for another round. I ask that you also hit that like button. And before you leave, drop a comment. And as we know, YouTube does love those comments. And of course, you got it. Share this video out on all social media. Socials, as always, Instagram and X are down below in the description, as well as the link to that Joker Voice merch store. Also, want to give a special shout out to Jacob Ironside for the thumbnail for this video. I'm going to leave a link to his channel if you like classic TV. Also, down below in the description. Okay, so I came across this story and I thought, no way this is happening. But apparently it is true. AEW is teaming with DC Comics for a major crossover series. Now, obviously, the talent depicted in the comics will not be replacing the DC heroes and villains. But I thought as this week marked the 6th anniversary of Dynamite, I thought I'd have a little fun with this. So let's see what AEW characters might be compared to the classic heroes of DC Comics.
Here we go. Here we go.
So we can't talk about DC Comics without invoking the Holy Trilogy. That is Superman, Wonder Woman, and Batman. Now, I want to see if I can kind of think who Tony Khan, amongst his cast of characters, might put in place of the Holy Trinity. And we might as well start at the top, and that is the Man of Steel, of course, Superman. A hero who always appears just in time to save the day, a superhuman abilities, who seems almost impervious to harm. No matter what punishment you put him through, he always comes back, always survives, and he always endures. And above all, always stands for what is right. So I think AEW President Tony Khan might be thinking of, as his Superman, Kenny Omega.
Sure, why not?
Now, that brings us to the First Lady of Comics, and that is the Amazon Princess from Themyscira, Wonder Woman. Now, who would Tony Khan think represents this classic heroine? Maybe Tony Storm? Not, I don't think so, because frankly, Tony doesn't have enough gold to make into a lasso or to shield herself from bullets like Diana's bulletproof bracelets. There needs to be someone who seemingly cannot be beat, no matter the odds. Oh, I got it. Of course. The lady that Tony Khan would place in this role has to be the CEO, Mercedes Monet. Of course, this would be what Tony Khan was thinking. Do I agree with this?
Yeah, not so much.
Now, rounding out the Holy Trinity of DC Comics, that takes us to Gotham City and the Dark Knight, Batman. Batman tends to be a loner, not a lot of friends per se, but when push comes to shove, he is there when he is needed. So, AEW character, loner, not a lot of friends, To me, this kind of sounds like the current AEW World Champion, Adam Hangman Page.
Yeah, I can see that.
Now, let's take a look at some supporting heroes and some some other AEW stars. Now, let's start with the former AEW World Champion, Swerve Strickland. Um, what I've seen of Swerve, he seems to have almost an indomitable will to survive his matches, to overcome adversities, to outlast his opponents. Willpower, that's the key. So obviously, he would be a member of the Green Lantern Corps, John Stewart.
That is true.
We can't forget the fan favorite Will Ospreay, fantastic in-ring performer. But if you blink, you're gonna miss something, as his matches move at a very high energy, very fast pace. So clearly, when it comes to Will Ospreay, we would be talking about the Scarlet Speedster, the Flash.
Obviously.
And we cannot forget about two of the founding members, the founding fathers of AEW, and that would be Matt and Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks. In my opinion, they are always kind of going off, running their mouths, getting themselves in trouble, and are always in need of someone else to bail them out. So overall, they are rather useless. I'm trying to think here. Oh, I got it. I got it. The Young Bucks, if they were in the DC world, they would be the Wonder Twins. Of course, heroes are only as good as their villains, so we're going to need some bad guys here to round this out. And I think I've got some of these pretty much locked down here. Now, for over a year, AEW has been overrun by a group called the Death Riders, now led by Jon Moxley, with Marina Shafir always at his side. Now, these agents of chaos have run roughshod over the entire AEW roster. Now, I'm sure Tony Khan would see these two as his Joker and Harley Quinn. And he'd be wrong. We cannot forget AEW's most popular heel, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, also known as MJF, a bloviating narcissist who uses the power of his dynamite diamond ring to gain the upper hand. So a villain who's a narcissist who also uses a ring. Oh, this sounds dead on like the wielder of the yellow flame of fear, Sinestro.
That's not bad.
Of course, we're going to need an evil leader, the mastermind of this whole thing. Of course, in DC Comics, that is the leader of the Legion of Doom, Lex Luthor. Now, in AEW, there is a leader of a faction who, for some reason, seems to get bigger and bigger and bigger. It might as well be called the Legion of Doom at this point, and that is the leader of the Don Callis family, Don Callis.
Okay, I guess.
But hey, these are just some of my thoughts. I want to hear what you think down below in the comments. Give me your ideas as well. And be sure to tune in next week for more news, updates, opinions, and of course, 6 p.m. Pacific right here on this channel, as myself and the guys will be talking about other news in the world of wrestling and give our official predictions for WWE Crown Jewel. Of course, I'm talking about Wednesday night is overbooked. But yeah, thanks for stopping by, folks. Again, quick reminder before you head out the door, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, hey, thanks for sticking around this long. I appreciate it. And I will see you folks all very soon. Hope you had a great week. Have a wonderful weekend ahead of you. Always have fun. Keep talking. Keep smiling. Until next time.